Hi everyone, it's Cal. I hope you're doing well. Um, Today I just wanted to tell a little story about holding your faith. I remember many years ago I was in London, UK, out near Gloucester Square, and there was a monk there dressed in a red robe, and the traffic was chock-a-block. And he was in an incredible panic. And he came over to me. He was begging for money. And he grabbed me, and I could see the panic in his eyes. He had lost his faith, and I understood why I had attracted that, because after so many years following the force, I just dropped. And and he was definitely at this stage completely out of his mind. I will never forget this encounter. And I think I had like five pounds in my pocket, just enough, just about $2 or $3 extra, and enough to get home. And home was far away, it was in Ealing. So I gave him 2 pounds, but later I thought, gee, if I had really followed the force, I would have given him everything and used my faith to get home. And at that time, I wasn't willing to do that, because the impulse was there. Give him everything you have. And I was very measured about it. No, I'm going to give him this so I have enough to get home. The thing is, with the faith, with believing, you have to be so precise. Because if I believed, oh, well, I will get home, that sort of leaves it open. I mean, I could get home in a day, a month, a year. But um, when you say I will get home, before 4 p.m. today, you have to be very precise. But I reflect back on that, not because of his lack of faith, but my own. How I, at that time, had become, well, of course, very compassionate to him, very compassionate, telling him it's going to be okay. He wouldn't listen. He was quite out of it, running over to vehicles and begging for money. I don't know what his story was, because I just don't know what his story was. Or if he spoke English. I don't remember that. But there was a lot of commotion going on at the time. But this is part of the path too. Part of the path is to lose your faith and then find it again, because it's all where you're at in that moment. And I do reflect on that quite a bit, because my faith had faltered, and and that's what I reflect on. But also, here's a fellow who had been inaugurated to a certain sect. I don't know how long he had been, but he was, I had never seen this before. Oh yes, I had. I'd seen it once before, but not as bad. I'd seen it here where I live in this small town, um, with also a monk, but his robes were brown. So finding your faith, holding on to it, and accepting where you are, but trying to also push it a little bit, understanding what's happening in your mind. Because I think sometimes when we come up against big hurdles, we suddenly can drop in velocity. Our vibrational velocity can drop. And you always want to be kind of reminding yourself to step forward, bringing it forward just a little bit more, and realizing that it's all about you. because the force always supports you. It's just, can you believe it? And when you become ironclad in the believing, that's when miracles really happen. Like, you can see them. It's incredible. And I have been there. But trying to maintain and stay there is hard work. It's hard work. I mean, that's the work. And we're working at that every day in our daily routines, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit more. But really, really believing in the force, the invisible. And when you know it can't be any other way, when you just know it has to be this way, this is the way, that's when you see a miracle happen right before you. So it's all about each of us individually. Of course, we're working, humanity is all working towards this. And there is an allotted path. There is a pathway. This is what this life is about, coming up to that knowing and maintaining it. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and tell this little story about this monk and how anybody can fall from faith, anybody, anywhere. And I know that we have seen a lot happen in a lot of kind of bad things come from organized religions in the last, couple decades. So just a reminder that everybody can fall. And a lot of times, I think that religion sometimes puts too much of an emphasis on many things that sometimes the human cannot adhere to. I feel humans need to be living a more balanced life. But really staying aligned is so difficult, and I can understand. I mean, there have been heinous crimes in world religions. I don't want to get into that. I'm just saying everybody can fall. And then after you fall, the beat up portion, how you beat yourself up for falling, it takes you even further down. I mean, we just realizing that you're human and this is normal. You fall, you get up, you fall, you get up, you fall, you get up. And then at some point, you don't fall. And then at some point, you fall again, you get up, you fall again, you get up. And then at some point, you don't fall for a little bit longer. This is normal. Don't beat yourself up about anything. Everything in this life is a baby stepping process. It's meant to be this way. It's meant to be a baby stepping process. And so just realigning your mind, realigning your mind, realigning your mind. That's it. I just wanted to come on and share that little story and say hello, because I haven't said hello for kind of a long time. And that's it. I hope you all have a great day wherever you are. Take care. Bye-bye.